Hey guys, it's Tsunade. Today I'll be doing part 2 to What If Naruto was trained by Kakuzu. Where we left off, we were about to do tuning exams. So let's get right into it. They just finished doing their practically 2-week training. Naruto was started learning the flying regime, protected the Shadow Clones, and then in those 2 weeks, Naruto started using Ice Release. Remembering the jutsu Haku did, Demon Ice Mirrors. So he tries to learn this, makes some of his own moves. Doesn't have it perfected. He can do simple moves with Ice Release. Can almost do Demon Ice Mirrors. So Naruto goes Team 7. Team 7. Yeah, Team 7. I don't remember if I did Sakura's Team 7. And I think she is, because if she wasn't, I would write it down in my notes. So Sakura's in Team 7, the original Team 7. Go inside the building where the tuning exams. Sasuke gets put in a genjutsu because he still hasn't unlocked his Sharingan. Sakura gets put in the genjutsu. Naruto doesn't, because he's a badass trained by Kakuzu. Naruto finally, once he got his money, now thinks he has enough money to pay back Kakuzu for teaching him and being like a father or a good friend. But also wants to pay back. But he also wants to hit Kakuzu for leaving him without no explanation. But he knew that was going to happen someday. But he expected Kakuzu to at least say something before he left. Anything would have been nice. So Naruto just taps each Sakura and Sasuke's shoulder and tells them this is a genjutsu. Keep your mouth shut, you bitches. So they keep their mouths shut. And Sasuke is still a little... What's the word? It's a little bit scared and creeped out by Naruto. Especially Sakura's a lot creeped out by Naruto. He has all these stitches all over his body, which is part of his style. And they also saw him take out two ninjas' hearts and put it inside a mask, and then inside his own body. Wouldn't you be creeped out? Personally, I would be fine, but it's Sakura and Sasuke. They're bitches. They can't handle shit. Sasuke runs and Sakura cries and does nothing about it. So, and then Lee asks out Sakura, and Lee looks at Naruto, feels the strong presence that Naruto gives off, and asks Naruto, "You will fight me?" And Naruto just says no. And Lee's like, "Are you too and Lee's trying to do smack talk Naruto, "Are you too chicken?" And Naruto's just, "No, what if I am not? That's just, I don't want to kill you." And Naruto just stands there. Lee starts laughing. "You kill me? Ha 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 ha." Then Naruto just gets behind Lee, grabs his neck, starts to squeeze, picks up Lee, and says, "Yeah, I might kill you." Puts him down and just goes back to where he was. Naruto is Jonin level, not Kakuzu level yet, but I did explain that. And Kakuzu is definitely, a Jonin level is definitely stronger than Lee, even with the gates. Even without the weights and the gates. Weights, gates, rhymes. And, Sorry about this. No, you guys already know two of the jutsus that he scrolled from the scroll of sealing the Shadow Clone, and the Flying Raijin. What about the other three? Well, one is an Earth-based jutsu, which is a better version of what Kakuzu taught Naruto. Earth Release, Earth Spear. Naruto has been practicing that one. He usually uses that one, but when he's in a dire situation, he will use Earth Release, Chakra Mode, which if you don't know that, it's Earth Spear that makes Kakuzu's skin rock hard. Think of that, but Naruto's whole body, he's stronger, faster, more durable. Yeah. Um, so, um, uh, mm. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura go and taking the test. Naruto put more attention to in his studies, so he actually knows some of the answers. Knows like 6, 7 of them. So he relies on answering the last one to, he's like certain he will pass. Sasuke does the same thing. Some of the same amount. He answered the same amount of questions as Naruto did, but different ones. Sakura, big brain. Sakura, she can do it. Naruto uses, he extends his hand, sneaks someone's paper, and just looks at it real quick, and then puts it back. The person didn't notice, but he thought it would fail, so Naruto did it so quick, just grabbed it, looked at it, and then put it back, and he took the answers. Sasuke doesn't have the Sharingan, so he's not so lucky. But they do pass the chunin exams. Naruto thought this was a waste of time. That he had better things to do. He could do better things. He could be training so he can become stronger than Kakuzu. That's his main goal right now. And paying him back. And beating the shit out of Kakuzu. That are his goals. Naruto is a bit lonely. Just gonna say it. Bit lonely. Naruto, Kuruma, talk. Yeah, talk. They talk. Naruto and Kuruma, they talk. They're on the first name basis. They have some similarities. So yeah. So they're not best friends, but they're friends. They understand each other. So they understand each other. Uncle gets there. She looks at Naruto. She's like, what I'm saying? Like that kid seems strong, a little a little bloodthirsty for my taste, but he's a bit older. Just saying. Naruto's not bad looking, guys. He's. And so, and so, Uncle does the same thing she would do in, where she cut Naruto's cheek and then licked it? Yeah. But when she cut it, no blood came out. She just saw some metallic wires thing. And that patched up the skin, leaving on, not all, just let it heal from Kuruma's thing, just let it heal. Naruto's not dead. But when injuries are too major, when he gets his arm cut off or something like that, when it's too major to just leave it up to Kuruma, he does it himself. Naruto does not feel uncomfortable here. Like, he doesn't even think this is creepy, he just lets it happen, because, what's the big harm in that? Like, he's not creeped out, not weirded out, not scared, doesn't really feel anything about this. He's not ready for the girl thing yet. Maybe. He did save Hinata when she was little, but, Naruto's a different person than he was before. Hinata doesn't know if he is the same Naruto that saved her back then. Naruto changed after Naruto was 4. Naruto started changing. Every day he was different more and more. All thanks to Kakuzu's influence. And so they get the Earth Scroll. I think was it the Heaven Scroll or the Earth Scroll? I think they had the Earth Scroll. Uncle explained all the rules, and Naruto just feeling little that he could be that this is the perfect time to use try to use some of his new found hearts. So once the second part of the test starts, he starts using ice release, making himself like he makes ice and then slides on it, making it faster. So he uses this to find someone because he wants to get this over with as soon as possible. Because he has other things to do. The only reason Naruto is here participating is because he becomes chunin, he can get missions, and in those missions he could go off somewhere new, and there he could find Kakuzu by coincidence and pay him back in more ways than one. I feel like my first episode was very good quality, and this one not so much. Maybe I'm just, making that up. So Naruto's going all around finding people to crush, and he just keeps fighting the Earth Scroll, the one that they don't need. And eventually, after 3-4 teams he beats the shit out of, finally finds a Heaven Scroll, returns. He told his team, which they do what he tells them to do. After seeing what he can do to them, they're gonna listen. He could literally put out their hearts and make them, take out their hearts and kill them if he wants to. Naruto's not that impulsive. Well, he is that impulsive, but not right now. He wouldn't do it now. Maybe later. He still needs his team to survive. He doesn't know what he might need them for the next part. So he'll keep them alive. He returns back to his team and gives them and tells he separates their scroll. Each one gets he had 5 Earth Scrolls and 1 Heaven Scroll. He kept 2. He kept the Heaven. He kept the Heaven and Earth on him and gave the rest to Sasuke and Sakura. 2 Earth Scrolls to Sasuke, 2 Earth Scrolls to Sakura. So if any team did happen to beat them, and they ask for the scrolls, you give them one of the scrolls, just one, and they'll leave you alone. It's a precaution. But Naruto's not, confident, but not arrogant. There's not a high chance that there's anyone in this exam that could beat him. He's just laying down the facts. From Kabuto's assessment, Naruto has assessed that there's practically no one stronger than him here that he has seen. So he's a bit confident, but still cautious, and is not letting his guard down, knowing that could be a fatal mistake. So so Naruto, being cautious, tells them that they should leave as soon as possible. Kakuzu does know, not Kakuzu's Naruto. Naruto does know the flying rising. Still takes up a good amount of chakra, but he's trying to be cautious about this. And right before he does teleport away, but they were a lot closer than they were before, but they still were quite a while, but a while away from the place they were supposed to be at. They asked Sasuke and Sakura asked why they're still not in the place. Naruto just gives them a simple response: take up too much chakra. It's true, it takes up too much chakra, and he might need it later. Even though he has 2 hearts of chakra hearts pumping, it still takes quite a lot of chakra to teleport that kind of distance. So it took out like 20% of his, like 30% of his chakra. And if he went the full way, that would have taken like 40% of his chakra. That's not something he's willing to risk. What if he might need it? But he also has Kurama, but still trying to be cautious. Um. Hmm, hmm. So they go on the trees for a while, and right before they were entering the place, what was it called? The place where they take the semifinals, and Kabuto's there saying that he needs some help, and that this is important or his teammates would die. Trying to make an excuse so they can Kabuto can make Sasuke or Sakura or the whole team go to where he was, so Orochimaru could take Sasuke's body. Naruto does not let this happen. Like, we can't let that happen. So we can't go with them. And Kabuto's being like trying to make them, change their minds. But Naruto is the leader of this team. Will not let that happen. Won't let them do that. So Naruto forces not forces. Sasuke doesn't really care, and Sakura doesn't really care if Sasuke doesn't care. So, um, so Kabuto has no choice but to attack, thinking that no real person there could take him down. Wrong. Naruto was expecting this. He was still cautious Kabuto, so still had his guard up. He was expecting something like this, but he never knew Kabuto had the balls to do it. And Kabuto and Naruto have a good taijutsu fight. Has a good taijutsu fight. Every time Kabuto, makes one of Naruto's limb not work, Naruto repairs that limb like it's no problem. And Naruto's getting annoyed by this. Because every time he heals it, it's wasting chakra. So he's about to use. He makes Sasuke and Sakura, pass out so they won't see what he's about to do. He goes into Earth release chakra mode, making his whole skin not hard as a rock. So when Kabuto does try to make one of his limbs not work, that won't work. And so Naruto just proceeds beating the literal shit out of Kabuto. Like he was mad. Like usually just starts like not even just starts hitting him, hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting Kabuto to a pulp. He was bloody all over. This was the rage that Naruto has built up over a couple years now. He was mad about he couldn't go off to find Kakuzu, and he was mad about all the things he has to do and all of this. He was just frustrated, and he used Kabuto as a punching bag to let out some of those frustrations, and it helped. He felt a lot more calm. He, let out most of his anger. He was, you know, he was almost like the original Naruto. He was still, so he felt a lot better after he releasing some of that anger. Just like Kabuto there, still alive, just barely breathing. Kabuto's trying to heal himself. So he just wakes up Sasuke and Sakura. And they don't even know what happened. It's like, what happened? Like, they wake up like, never happened. Like, they didn't even realize that they were passed out. And they just go inside the building. And they're the second team there. No, third team. Naruto is like, he was hoping he would get first, trying to be best of the best. Because he's using this test just to see what level he is at. You know? Yeah, So, and all the matches will go the same. Yeah, it's the same. This time Naruto let out almost all his anger. Yeah, let out most of his anger on Kabuto. So he goes easy on Kiba, but still cautious. So no, still not letting. He's going easy on Kiba, but it's still but still ready if Kiba does pose a threat. But Kiba doesn't. Sorry, Kiba. Rest in peace. Not really. He doesn't die, but after the humiliation that happened to that boy, oh, he wished he was dead. The rest of the fights go the same. Sasuke doesn't get the curse mark. Sakura versus Ino fight go the same. And once Naruto saw what Sasuke was doing, it reminded him when the Lee fight. Sasuke was doing some of Lee's moves, not perfect, but he was doing some of Lee's moves, the one he could copy without the Sharingan. And then flashback, he remembers after he left after Uncle gave them some time to rest up, and then he gave them time to rest up. After she told him of where they're supposed to meet up, pointed the direction. She showed them, and then they told her they come back later. And this is where Lee challenged Naruto to a fight. Said no, only pure taijutsu. Naruto, makes his hand like the thing Kakuzu does when throws his threads, make his hand stretch out, like That's the image. I forgot I don't know how to explain it. You guys understand what I mean. Like where his metal threads make his hand go out, and then he asks, will this be considered a taijutsu? Not to accept it because he's got on Naruto's nerve. He's got on Naruto's nerve. This kid is annoying. And so Lee doesn't know what it's really to say, but he counts it but no. Only taijutsu is that. And so Naruto can't use any of his. He can't use Earth Release Chakra Mode, Earth Release Earth Spear, the Shadow Clone. He can't. He can't do the Fire Ride. He can't do a lot of things, but he's still strong and fast. Strong and fast. So Lee doesn't take off his weight just yet. So they started with a simple taijutsu mask. Naruto was overpowering Lee because Lee only went for speed. Naruto's built more for pure physical strength. So Naruto is stronger than Lee, but Lee is faster. But Naruto can counter this by predicting where Lee would be. And Naruto just observes Lee, sees his patterns, how he moves, and how he would react. And eventually, after a while, he can just, not 100% of the time, but like 50% of the time, he can calculate where Lee will attack, and not what move, but where. So that gives him enough, time to prep. And so around 5 minutes in, Lee notices that Naruto is countering more and more of his kicks. And so then Lee decides to take off the weights. Boom. It's like a loud boom after Lee takes off his weights. Naruto, also does the same thing. He also has some weights. But his weights were on his legs. They were to make himself stronger. So he takes off his weights, and a louder boom goes. There's a louder boom. See, Naruto drops his weights, the one that make him him stronger, not faster like Lee does. Wait, they do that too, but their main focus is to make him stronger. And Naruto does have some weights all over his body, arms, legs, chest. He takes those off, and then so we're finally getting serious now, are we? And Lee, smiles about that. Lee is happy about this. They still have some time. So another 5 minutes happen, and Naruto is slowly but surely getting the upper hand. Lee does the leaf hurricane. Naruto puts up his arms up, blocks that, hits the ground, rolls over, rolls up, stands up, just starts kicking and fighting. And every time, the more time goes on, the more you see Lee having more problems to keep going with Naruto. And then right before Naruto was gonna do the final hit, Might Guy comes in and just says, "Stop! You have won the fight." Lee's like, "No, Guy Sensei, just keep going." And Might Guy just gives Lee the look, like, "Don't." Lee was about to go into gates, but Might Guy told him not to, like, even stare not to. So Naruto, Might Guy apologizes for his student's behavior. Naruto, says, yeah, he should keep it more controlled. He's a bit too reckless. And, so, yes. Oh, you guys figure out why I just said yes. So, Naruto, that's a flashback ended. So he sees Sasuke doing some of his and Lee's moves that he saw from the fight. Impressed that Sasuke could pick on the moves that were sort of difficult. And so then it came Neji's and Hinata's fight. And Neji was beating Hinata, and this made another flashback. This reminded Naruto of when he was younger than 4 years old. It reminded him when he was getting kicked and punched and bullied all around just for being alive. And this made Naruto mad. And he still didn't. He had his weights on, so it wasn't as fast, but he did body flicker. He body flickered to Neji's, extended his hand, grasped Neji by the throat. Neji tries everything to stop, but every time he's about to hit Naruto anywhere, the threads, the Earth Grudge Fear, those little, it's like Gara sand, but instead it's like the little metallic strings or whatever you want to call them. Keep giving it a different name. No protect him, so Lee can't do anything. Then all the instructors, sensei tell Naruto to stop. Naruto just keeps tightening, and then some random dude that hates Naruto because his parents died in the Nine Tails attack pulls out his sword and just cuts Naruto's arm off, letting Neji free. Like, yeah, cuts the guy's arm off, like, in the middle of his... It's like... It wasn't his hand cut it off. It was a bit further back from his hand. That's where he cut it off. Naruto didn't seem phased. It still hurt like hell. But he just got it. Put it close where it was. It was bleeding a bit. Put it back where it was. And then Earth Grudge Fear just put it back and just started moving it. Everyone was like, what? He's good at medical. He used his other hand to cover what was going on. So you couldn't see, so they just assumed that it was medical ninjutsu. So they just assumed it, and then every sensei gave the person who cut off Naruto's arm like stares, like, why did you do that? That could have been this poor kid's whole career if he couldn't and Naruto just paid it back in full, grabbed the dude's katana or sword and cut the exact same amount where he cut where Naruto's arm, arm got cut. The Jonin is just screaming like, huh? And Naruto just stop being such a whiny pants, and then gets it back, and then he does the same thing he did to himself to the Jonin. Like, now you know how it felt. Paid. And now be grateful. Now be grateful I didn't just let the arm just, be grateful I reattached it. Naruto's being a bit, he's being more reasonable, you know what I'm saying? Like, he can't just be doing everything he likes, having all these people watching. That might give him a bad reputation. So Naruto just looks at, she's a little bruised, but she'll be fine. She's not majorly injured, so Naruto just gives, he's, I don't know. Naruto doesn't even know why he attacked Neji. Like, it did remind him of when he was bullied, but it's deeper than that. So then the medical ninja, pick up Hinata, and yeah, they take her away, and the rest of the fights happen the same. Lee still got his leg crushed. Still one tail Shinjuki, still bloodlusty and a little bit of a psychopath. Not his fault though. Rip Garba's good hairstyle. Such a tragedy. Such a tragedy. So all that happened. Now the 1 month training period. Naruto will go train with Jiraiya. He asked Kashi to train him, but he goes train with Jiraiya. Naruto's also smarter in this what if, so he learns more stuff. He learns how to, and Naruto already knows how to not control, but gets use the Naruto's power. If he asks nicely, he can get it. He can get some power, some Naruto's chakra. So this took him only a day because he already did this. And then he's saying, "Are you gonna teach me anything new?" And Jiraiya's like, "New." Naruto just keeps his mouth shut about it. Then he just doesn't say anything. So Jiraiya teaches him gives him the toad summoning, which Naruto is like, okay, fine, why not? Like, I could always get a better one. Which it is pretty good. The toad summoning. The frog summoning, whichever you want to say it. Is it a toad or frog? Is the toad and the frog the same thing? I don't know. Search this up later, because now I'm intrigued. So Naruto gets the toad summoning, and he summons one of the one with the lipstick, that turtle, not turtle, turtle. I'm sorry, that toad, the one with the lipstick and stuff like that. Just sees that one like, nope. Just summons that one back. And it's like, no, I'll be fine. Doesn't really want to be teased about this. I wouldn't want to be teased about this. And so, so Naruto learns a lot of wind style and earth style jutsus, more than Kakuzu did teach him. He also taught him some other ones, because he does have Haku's heart. So Haku has wind and water, making ice. Naruto also practiced ice release. Practiced how to use the fine writing. Learned some more jutsus. I don't know which. Practice some more jutsus. Sorry about this, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm just a little tired, and I'm doing 3 videos today. This is my second one, and I am tired. The things I do for my fans. Love you guys. And one 1 month training period happens, and the fights still go the same. This I'm just gonna explain in more detail about the Neji versus Naruto fight. Naruto is gonna play with Neji, okay? The real Naruto's underground. The one on top. Oh, that sounds dirty. The one on top, the one on top is just a shadow clone. That's just a shadow clone. He's gonna see how weak Neji is or how strong, so he's a shadow clone. The shadow clone is chunin level. Yeah, chunin level. He also knows the water clone. He's using the shadow clone for now. So he goes right up, goes to attack Neji, but then does palm rotation. That doesn't work, and then Naruto's just like, what if why don't you just go underground? That would be easier. But Naruto wants a challenge. He wants to embarrass Neji. So he's gonna do it. He's gonna go through the palm rotation. So he doesn't really care right now. He just wants to embarrass Neji, even though this is his anger taking over, still reminding of what Neji did, and then reminding, then Naruto remembering what happened to Nada. He reminds her about what happened to him when he was younger, making him mad. Um, so he goes Earth Release Chakra mode, and just hits the palm rotation. Doesn't work the first time. Then takes off his weights, does it again, and this time Neji got pushed back. Then Naruto amplified himself with chakra, and then tried it again, and this time it worked. It broke through the palm rotation. And he's like, "What? That's impossible. How could you?" And then before Neji could stop the sentence, Naruto just started choking. That's his signature move, choking someone with just picking them up, choking them. And Naruto just throws Neji to the wall and just starts beating on him like he did with the lackey from Orochimaru, the Orochimaru lackeys. It was a dude with medical ninjutsu. I forgot his name. Kabuto. There it is. Like he was beating on Kabuto, but he didn't do it to the same extent. So he just walked. So after he beat Neji badly, just everyone was hoping that Neji would win, but they were wrong. They were all like, "No, Neji's definitely gonna win." You know what I'm saying? Like no one really knew how strong Naruto was, but everyone who did know him, like, Neji's gonna lose, and badly at that. And so then the match is called, and so the rest of the fights go the same. The rest of the fights go literally the same. Even the one with Sasuke in it. That's happened the same. Gaara runs with the help of his sister and brother. Everything happens. Not similar. Sasuke runs after Gaara. Sasuke runs after Gaara. Naruto runs after Gaara. And actually, nah, never mind. Naruto doesn't go running after Sasuke. Because why would he do that? Doesn't like Sasuke, and doesn't really care about Sasuke. Doesn't really care about Lee either. So there's no grudge between them there. So I don't see a real point. So when a crush happens, and Naruto's helping out the Leaf ninjas take out the sand and sound ninjas. And then he just sees the giant one-tailed over there. He's like, this might be a good time to use Gamma Bunta. So he goes over there, seeing that could be a lot more fun. Because Naruto's bored. And he wants to test how strong his summoning is. So he cuts his finger, bites it down to his Oh, I don't know how he does that. Like, that would really hurt. Like, if you, like, bit down, make yourself bleed, like, that would hurt. I can't do that. And Aaron from Attack on Titan does the same thing. Like, why do you guys cut? Like, I couldn't bite myself. I could cut myself with a knife and then make myself bleed like that, but, like, couldn't just bite myself. Oh, sorry. Rambling on. Some of you might not like that. And so, Naruto summons Gababunta. Yamamoto says the same things, like, I can't, need to be reformed. So he transforms Gababunta into the ninth Kurama, and instead Naruto's having more, this easier time. Just Gababunta's like, I can't hold this. Naruto's not taking his time, just prepares his fist, punches with everything he has, punches Gaara in the face. Gaara goes flying. Then Shikaku just falls. This space. Gamabunta leaves. Naruto just falls down, catches Gaara, and just sets him down and just takes him back with him. And then the Timari and Kakuzu, like, they're about to fight. They're about to fight. They're about to fight Naruto, and then Naruto, you want him? You gotta pay me. Like, Naruto has no real point to having Gaara, so they offer this amount of money. Like, that's pretty good sum of money. So he accepts and just gives him Gaara, just lets him be. Naruto does know how Kakuzu would. He thought Gaku's money was gonna be enough, but now that he's thinking about it, he's like, nope, not gonna be enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be enough. It's Kakuzu. He'll take as much money. Gato had like 20 million, no, 15 million. Kakuzu has killed people with more than that. So, and Kakuzu taught him everything he knew, which made Kakuzu an S rank niche and S rank rogue ninja. So he must be, as much as Kakuzu is worth. That's how much his techniques and training is worth. I want to say Kakuzu is worth like 75 million. So Naruto has a long way to pay back his due. Naruto does need to pay that back, because he knows if he doesn't, Kakuzu's gonna come for him. But he can set up a meeting. So he wants, and he's still not strong enough. So he'll set up that meeting when he's strong enough. Doesn't know where Kakuzu is, but if he looks and says he got the money, so Kakuzu will come running, collect that 75 million. No, not worth 75 million. That's too little. 200. Yeah, 200. 200 million. Because I remember some dude was 115 million, if I remember correctly, in the bingo book. So 200 million. That's how much Kakuzu's worth. So that's how much Naruto needs. And Kakuzu did tell Naruto to never come back until he has the money. So, to never find him until he has the money. And Kakuzu can live a while, just get new hearts, and he can keep on living. So, so he has time to wait, but he's a bit patient, so he has time to wait. So, while all this was happening, Lord Thursto dies. Tsunade retrieval arc will happen. But, nah, frick it. Fuck it, let's continue going. Actually, let me check. If we're under 40 minutes, I'll continue going. We're not? Oh well. Let's make this an hour-long video. So, Jiraiya tells Naruto that if he wants to accompany him on to go find Tsunade. Naruto says, what's in it for me? Jiraiya, you can learn some jutsus. And Naruto says, what else? That's, you can get out the village. And what else? That's all I can give you. He's like, fine, let's go. And so, they leave. Jiraiya, Naruto's cautious with his money. because he really needed that to pay back. I was talking about that he needed to pay back Kakuzu. So, hmm. And because that might sound repetitive, so I'm gonna stop that. So Naruto goes to the casinos trying to go make some money. Hmm. But then Kuruma asks, "Do you really need the money?" Yes. Uh, Kuruma's like, "But if he, boom, like, what if you become stronger than him? Then you can just kill him, right?" Just like, I can't kill him. He's one of the few people that I respect, and one of my few friends, people that I consider friends. He was a mentor, a sensei. I can't kill him, and I want to repay my debt to him. That's the only way I'll feel that. That's the only way that I feel okay. I do hate him right now, but he was the only person I had when I had no one. Pretty much just, it's like, okay, so you're not paying him back because you're afraid that he's gonna kill you. You're paying him back out of sense of duty, out of sense of respect that you have for him. Yeah, Naruto just says, yeah. Kuruma, understands that. But there's, and Naruto just, once he says that, Naruto makes it big and gets some money, gets 10, oh, this is too easy. He gets 5 million, so that's now he has 20 million. 180 million to go, Naruto counts in his head. Then Jiraiya tells him that it's time to go. Naruto leaves, and they stop at the hotel. Jiraiya asks Naruto for some money, says no. Jiraiya tries to steal it, but Naruto's smart about this. He keeps it somewhere where he'll never find it. In a toad. Well, it's one of the safest places. If he just, Jiraiya can also summon it, but I don't think Jiraiya's smart enough to think about that. I'm not trying to make Jiraiya seem dumb, but no, he doesn't hide that there. He hides it. He hides it. He has a seal on his back. That's where he hides the money. Yeah, that's where he hides the money. And so they the they stop because Jiraiya is Jiraiya. They stop. Naruto rests, about to count his money. Then he hears a knock on the door, and then he looks and he sees two figures with a black with red clouds on them. And then he remembers Kakuzu saying something that he was given an offer for this. And then he might reject it, and then he opens the door saying, "You must be associates from Kakuzu." And before Naruto even they don't even answer, they just start attacking Naruto. What Kisame was thinking, like, he does look like Kakuzu. It's like, are you his son? And Kisame asks while he's fighting Naruto's like, no, pupil. Kisame's like, Kakuzu trained you? Like, how did that happen? They're having a nice conversation while they're fighting, because she's Kisame. And Itachi just letting this happen. So Naruto says, I offer to pay him. He say I would pay him back. How much is he? How much is it? 200 million. It's like, wow, that's a lot of money. Yes, it is. But that means you're not stronger than Kakuzu, isn't it? Naruto doesn't say anything, but he is correct. So he summons a toad and does the same thing Jiraiya would. No, he doesn't do the same thing Jiraiya would. He knows he can't beat him, so he's gonna try to be cautious. So he summons a toad, jumps off. He summons a toad while he's jumping out the window. The toad eats him up, and the toad reverse summons. They go back. They go back, and then he tells the toad to summon him, go back to where he was, but farther away. And in a couple minutes, Jiraiya, gets there after they have left. Well, not completely left. And he sees Sasuke getting pinned to the wall by Itachi Uchiha. Well, you know what happened. And then Jiraiya tries to save Sasuke, and then Naruto shows up after, seeing all this happen. He shows up, but then Itachi and Kisame leave. Naruto tells Sasuke why you were doing here, and there's no reason for you to be here, and that, why were you getting in danger? That's just reckless and arrogant, and you let your guard down. And Jiraiya sends Sasuke back up. He sends Sasuke back home, just because that's what they did. And Naruto doesn't want him there, and Jiraiya doesn't need him there either. And so then Sasuke, going back to the village. Naruto and Jiraiya have been walking for a while. Naruto asks, when are you going to teach me those jutsus you promised? And then Jiraiya showed him the Rasengan, and he's like, Naruto's like, that could be interesting. What if I... He tried it. He couldn't do it. And then Jiraiya's like, you won't be able to do it the first time. It took the fourth Hokage years, right? It took him a couple years. I don't know the exact number, but it took the fourth Hokage years to learn, to master this. Naruto, I'll do it before that. Naruto's gonna try to do it before that. He's like, that's the goal he set for himself. To learn it before that happens. Naruto learns it faster than he did. Took him, less time than it would, and he doesn't need shadow clone to do it. Just does it. It took the same amount of time, but this time doesn't need a shadow clone to help him do it. He does it with one hand, like Jiraiya. Jiraiya's amazed. And now it's the night. It's already been I don't know how long it would have been. But now they're in the place where Tsunade just insults the Lord Third, and Naruto doesn't really do anything. He doesn't, he's just there because Jiraiya promised him a new jutsu, and he was outside. Now Naruto knows associates from Kakuzu's associates from the Akatsuki. So now he knows how to track down Kakuzu if he needs to. And so Tsunade, Naruto makes a bet. How about we make a bet? Arm wrestling competition. You win, I give you all the money I have. If you win, I give you all the money I have. And if I win, you give me all the money you have. Knowing that Tsunade might have a pretty good amount of money, she does gamble a lot. Since Tsunade has, how much money you got? He says, 20 million. Tsunade's like, I'm about to rob you blind. Tsunade's like, let's do this before. How about you don't celebrate before you've won? So they go outside. Naruto makes a pillar out of rock. They put their hands, and then they do the competition. Tsunade's winning. Then Naruto does the same thing. And then does everything he could because he didn't expect Tsunade being that strong. So he amplifies himself with chakra. He wraps himself with earth, grudge, fear, and make himself stronger. And takes off his weights as well. And then he's like, I'm ready. And then he's still having a hard time doing it, but he does the same thing the Raikage does, claps and then, lets it go, and then bam, and then he wins. And it's like, you cheaters. That's the same, why do all men have to be cheaters? And I was like, He doesn't know what thing that Raikage did, so how would he know? Water break. So Tsunade and Tsunade gives all her money to Naruto, which is about 2 million. Naruto thought that's it. I thought we would have more. That's a lot of money still, but not as much as 200 million. And so they go back to the village because that was one of their terms as well, that she would return with him to the village, because why not? Along their way back to the village, they see this boy around the same age of Naruto. He looks a lot like Hidan. This is Hidan's son, but Naruto doesn't know this. So he walks up, and this boy is like spraying the thing about I forgot about about his religion, the religion Hidan also has. And it's like, he's also having this, but his father's making him do that because, his father is Hidan, so he believes a lot in his religion. His son, not so much. Don't ask me how Hidan got a girl, just go with it. And so Naruto, gets along great with I'm gonna call him Hidan Jr. because unoriginal. I'm just calling him Hidan Jr. If you have a better name for him, leave it down in the comments. If you have a better name for him, leave it down in the comments. So Hidan Jr. and Naruto get along pretty well. Naruto asks, do you have anywhere to stay? And they're having some fun, and, Hidan Jr. says, no, my father has been making me do this, and Naruto understands that, sometimes family doesn't understand this, because he's never had family. But he has had a mentor, someone he looks up to do some things he never wanted. So Naruto doesn't understand this at all. I was gonna say he does understand it, but he doesn't. Not really. But Naruto offers you can stay in my place. Hidan's just like, really? You sure about that? I'm a handful. Naruto laughs like, yeah, I'm sure. You're going to pull your own weight. Hidan just okay. Doesn't really want to be with his father. Doesn't really believe in that religion at all. He does have Hidan's powers though. He can't die. I know that some people think that's religion abilities he got from the god, but I don't think so. I think that's some I don't know. But I'm just gonna say it's like he inherited it from Hidan. So he's like if he chop up Hidan Jr.'s head, all you have to do is like stitch it back up like Kakuzu did. So they go back to the village, and Naruto now has a friend. Like, everyone's shocked, like, he had a friend, and everyone's like, they didn't suspect this happening. And, I think this is where I'm gonna leave it off. Feel free to leave a like or a dislike if you didn't like it. I liked it. Personally, I like it. So, this is Tempest